Well, hello there, and welcome to the final race of the season in the Ford Escort RS 1600 League from NXTGEN Racing. We are here again at Cadwell Park in Lincolnshire for this sprint race. 5-minute qualifying session followed by a 15-minute race. Drivers have now got the sun to contend with, setting sun. So we've just finished our feature race, which was won by this man, NGR Lee, ahead of Whitford 0. Lee taking a hell of a lot of grass there, and then NGR Skivvy G in third. So the drivers all heading out onto the track. Still 7 drivers with us. Thankfully we haven't lost any of them yet. Unfortunately no one else has joined. But let's hope to go out with a bit of a bang and have some cracking racing. Championship is already decided. NGR Lee has won the series. Let's just go back through the drivers we have with us tonight. So, ALTL is with us for the first time. Whitford 0, second in the championship. Hope he's a Johnny. Here every week, very committed driver. Bob MK1, one of our newer drivers, but still nonetheless puts up a good fight. Lanica 666. Been super committed to listening to Elton John whilst driving around, so I hear. NGR Skivvy G, another regular in championship third this season. Oh, as he gets it all out of shape on the exit curb and flies into the wall, so that's ruined that attempt. He'll get one more go at it, you'd imagine. Looks like he's should get out the way, or is he? What's he doing? Is he doing the Hamilton? almost doing the Lewis Hamilton, Austria, Kimi Raikkonen, as Bob has gone off in avoidance. So I think Skivvy should really get a penalty for that, but we can't do anything about it. So they'll carry on as if it never happened, and also add, as I said a minute ago, champion this season, NGR Lee. As the drivers are just coming around the final section of the lap to set their first lap times. They'll get one more go at it to improve. Let's have a ride on board, see how much sun they are getting in their eyes. The shade has fallen over the finish line, but coming up to Coppice, Lee taking it flat out, and then through Charlie's just a little bit of a lift. All running onto the grass. He's gonna hold it very well done there. Excellent bit of car control. Lee got his worst qualifying session of the year in the last sprint race at Orton Park. Qualified last, which was 9th. Come back to take second in the race, but doesn't seem like he's going to do it this time with a 42.7. That was good enough, would have been good enough for pole position in the feature race, but 42.5 in the qualifying session for the feature. Don't see him improving on this lap, but just showing the commitment Lee is having with this lap. Literally launching the car into some corners. It's getting the back end to step out really helps. Cars do understeer if you're not on the throttle or the brakes. If you're just coasting, it really is a bitch to turn. Over the mountain, getting the engine notes up, a little bit of wheel spin, and then into Hall bends, over the curbs. Literally putting his body on the line there. It seemed, through the hairpin, run a little bit wide and across around barn curve for the final time. Lee has backed out of that, so he will not be improving. Larnaca 666 is next across the line, currently in third. It'd be a good session if he qualifies there. Does he improve? Doesn't improve. Whitford does improve, and just about... Oh, he has. Whitford 0 has got pole position. Last throw of the dice. ALTL going to come across the line just ahead of Scooby G. ALTL up to third. Scooby G replaces him. Webby's a Johnny, and Bob is going to come across the line with Johnny just spinning at the final corner. Does Bob improve? He does. Just a few tenths off of Webby as a Johnny head. So the final qualifying session of the season is exactly the same as the first, with Whitford taking pole, his fourth of the season, ahead of NGR Lee. Whitford will be really looking to take the victory. Scooby G in third, ALTL solid result in fourth, Larnaca in fifth, Webby's Johnny sixth, Bob MK1 in seventh. So drivers have had a bit of time now to get used to the track. They had a 25-minute race preceding a 15-minute qualifying session, and then just 5 minutes, just as you saw. So Whitford 0 for the last time in the Ford Escorts takes pole position. Drivers just got a little bit of time to compose themselves for this finale. Hopefully we'll go out with a bang, or maybe not literally a bang, but with a very entertaining race to prove just what everyone's missed out on. There have been some quality races throughout the 2 seasons here, but for the final time we are underway in the Ford Escorts RS 1600. Larnaca did not move off the line there. Whitford will be grateful for his start. He should maintain the lead. Webby's a Johnny with another good start. Larnaca dropped to the back. Does everyone get through turn 1 this time as well? Yes. All drivers through turn 1 again. But who's that? Scooby G down the inside of NGR Lee at turn 3. Scooby G moving himself up to second. Whitford will be very grateful for that. ALTL just on the bumper now. Let's have a little ride on bumper cam indeed as we head into turn 4 for the first time. Park corner. ALTL running wide. Oh, he's going round. Yes, he's round. Just clipping the exit curb and the grass a little bit. ALTL dropped to the back of the field now. Fortunately for him, Bob's obviously had a moment as well. We missed that, but Bob takes 6th place away. Webby's a Johnny up to 4th. Larnaca running a fair bit wide. Does he hold it together? He just about does. And yep, carries on. Whitford still at the front of the pack, but NGR Scooby G has his mirrors full of the green and white machine of NGR Lee as they're getting a little bit of air over the mountain. These three pulled away relatively quickly from the rest of the field in the feature race. It looks like they're going to do the same here, as Webby the Johnny in 4th, Larnaca in 5th have dropped back a few seconds already. Whitford trying to make the most of his advantage with Scooby G in second, maybe holding up Lee. We're not sure yet, we'll soon find out. Lee was fastest in race 1 in qualified in pole for feature race. Oh, but that's not going to help his cause. He's run wide at Charlie's, holds it together, gets it back onto the track, but he's dropped 1.5 seconds from the lead. That's not going to help him. Webby's a Johnny has Larnaca for company, and ALTL is keeping Bob company at the back. Oh, as ALTL runs a little bit wide, doesn't quite lose it this time, keeps it together. Larnaca 666 keeping the pressure on Webby's a Johnny, but back at the front the gap's just under 0.3 of a second for the lead. They go through Gooseneck. Scooby G taking a fair chunk of curb there, and keep an eye on that. Make sure it's not too consistent and too regular. But nothing is occurring there. Larnaca also, ALTL has got past Bob, who dropped back a little bit. So Bob probably has come off there. Doesn't look like he's got any damage, so it just looked like it was on his own. So let's have a little ride on board with Larnaca as he is in pursuit of web user Johnny for 4th position in this sprint race. Into the back of Johnny, just very tricky corner, and just got caught out by the stopping distance there. But both live to fight on. Larnaca has a best position of 4th place, as does web user Johnny. Web user Johnny's 4th place was taken away because of post-race penalties, so Johnny really wants to finish with a flourish. In fact, both of them do. They've both shown some good flashes of speed. Johnny was well in the lead group at Watkins Glen at the start of the season, and has since kept that consistency going. He's often been in the top 5 or 6 throughout the season, and that's why he sits 4th in the points as it stands. But Johnny goes a bit deep. Larnaca's going to get the run. Oh, little bit of a squeeze from Johnny there. Thankfully both stay on track. Larnaca probably just as well backed out of that. Could have been ending in tears for both, but as it is, status quo. Johnny in 4th, Larnaca in 5th. They head to the mountain again. Just over 10 minutes of the race remain. Larnaca looks like he's got a lot better run there than Johnny, but unfortunately, due to the narrowness of the track and the section we're coming up to, very tight and twisty, it's a single file through there pretty much. Johnny with a big lock up into the hairpin. Can Larnaca get a better run out of there? He had a little bit of a look, but unfortunately for him, there's another right hand corner immediately thereafter, and Larnaca is not going to be able to get past at the moment. Battle at the front remains just about half a second, which is similar sort of gap to these two, but these two look a lot more racy than I imagine the drivers at the front are. No, if I change the weight, something will happen, as Whitford has run a little bit wide. The pressure is maybe getting to him. Ninjas Lee has dropped back just to about 2 seconds, but let's just have a look. Scooby G's not quite able to do anything here. Larnaca and Johnny is staying the same in terms of their timings between each other, and indeed that is the way it continues. ALTEL is actually quicker than the two ahead, not quick enough to catch up on pace before the end of the race, so he would need something to happen to those. And Bob MK1 is lapping similar times to web user Johnny and Larnaca, who are still going at it hammer and tongs as they hit the mountain again. Larnaca looking to work a cut back over the rise, and Johnny up on his previous best lap time, so maybe slipstream effect coming in to play there. Johnny keeps on locking up there, and Larnaca really looking to force the issue. He's got the run. Excellent move there, taking full advantage of Johnny's lock up into the hairpin, and they're now side by side across the line. Web user Johnny's going to have the inside into turn 1 at Coppice, but Larnaca is not going to give up. He's going to keep his foot in and try and hold it around the outside. Is he going to do it? Oh, he's not quite done it. Oh, well done. I'll give him that. He didn't run into the back of Johnny. Oh, Johnny's got it all crossed up on the exit of turn 2. He's making his own rallycross track, trying to keep the car pointing forward. Unfortunately for him, he has not done that, creating his own layout there. ALTEL has gone through. Johnny was almost joining the other half of the track, as you see the leaders just going through there. So Larnaca have forced the issue really well. Just fortunate and actually well held around the outside of turn 1, hitting the grass. Done well not to spin, and done well to rejoin safely and not like cream Johnny on the exit. ALTEL will not say no to the invitation that Johnny gave him. Fortunately lost the rear of the car at Charlie's at turn 2. Very easily done, and wasn't able to hold it. Taken to the grass. But meanwhile, back at the front as we're heading across the line again, Lee has caught the back of this group again. Whitford still maintains the lead. Scooby G still in second. Ooh, Lee getting a little bit crossed up there, a bit of a tank slapper, but held on. See Lee really fighting the car hard. Let's go on board with him just to see the man in action. So head into turn 4, sun in their eyes as they come down that straight there. Oh, Scooby G's off! Scooby G's off. Is he going into the wall? Almost. He's come away with it, but that is second place gone for Scooby. Still within a shot of it. Lee didn't really manage to capitalise. Well, he did capitalise, but not a load. But hitting the grass under braking, that will do nicely for Scooby G. Lee's all out of shape, getting crossed up, and for quite how he didn't slide across the track into Scooby there. I'm not sure, but they've all survived, and that has given Whitford 0 a nice advantage. 2.5 seconds to the good now, and after a half a lap of chaos, without actually being touched by anyone, Scooby G and NGR Lee back where they were at this point last time around. Larnaca's made a mistake somewhere, and another mistake there. Is he going to hold on? Yes, he does, just about. But a 1 minute 50 lap compared to 1 minute 45 from ALTEL. The gap is coming down. ALTEL might be ruin that mistake on the first lap. Showing some decent speed. Webby's a Johnny, note a 2:04 lap there, but fortunately for him, Bob was no quicker. Well, not massively quicker, so the gap remains fairly consistent. But Webby's a Johnny. Oh yeah, that would have been last lap when he came off, so we know where that come from. Gap at the front has come down quite quickly already though. Come down almost a second in half a lap. Lee also trying to get back into the slipstream as we come into the last just under 4 minutes of the season remaining. Lee runs wide at Gooseneck again. A bit more controlled and gathered together this time, but Scooby that was Scooby, sorry, my bad. But Lee will be taking heart from that. He'll be seeing Scooby running a little bit wide and making a few errors, and he'll be looking to capitalise fully on that. But let's just come away from that as Larnaca has been caught by ALTEL. Larnaca obviously making another mistake. Having said that, ALTEL were 154 last time round to Larnaca's 147. But here we go. What can ALTEL do? Can he move himself up to 4th? It's his first race with us, and showing that he's quite comfortable in these cars, it seems. Instantly showing he's on the pace and challenging towards the pointy end of the field. Larnaca no slouch. Said earlier, he's got a best position of 4th in this championship. See Webby's Johnny just in the background, so even Johnny's not out of a 4th place finish should this go tits up for Larnaca and ALTEL. Just over 2 minutes remain of this race. Where is Johnny? Where's Johnny? He's there, just going into turn 1 now, so a few seconds back. I'll seen Ryan make mistakes earlier on, and we'll be hoping he makes another one so he can move himself up to 4th place. Meanwhile, at the front, Whitford 0 is still maintaining a 2-second lead, but Scooby G has his mirrors full of a green and white machine in this season's champion, NGR Lee, piling on the pressure now as the drivers will come onto the last lap. Scooby G just hitting the grass under braking, making the back end step out a lot there, but well controlled. Oh, that's running even further wide and into wall and round. Scooby G round up the banking as he ended up in the pits almost, but not quite. So Scooby G down to 3rd, Lee up to 2nd. Larnaca is nowhere near able to take advantage of that, unfortunately, but Whitford has now got a nice 2.5 seconds lead again. Larnaca still keeping ALTEL at bay for now as they come into the hairpin. Oh, Larnaca, there we go. Larnaca very sportingly, is a very good sport, pulls over, unfortunately collected ALTEL, and that's what I was talking about. Johnny wasn't far away, should anything have gone awry to the others, and it has done just that. Larnaca and ALTEL continue on. I think Larnaca should probably give the place to him. It looks like he is, yep. It's a good sportsmanship from Larnaca there. Really nice guy is Larnaca. Bob MK1 has seemingly spun it at the bottom of the mountain. But here we go into the last third of the lap. Whitford 0 is looks like he's gonna finish the season how he started it, almost throwing it away there. Whitford taking victory in race 1 and race 2 at Watkins Glen Short, and taking his 4th victory of the season, although Lee has closed in a fair bit this last lap. But it is going to be for the final time in the Ford Escort RS 1600s. Whitford 0 taking the victory ahead of this season's champion, NGR Lee, in 2nd. Just like last season, the champion finished in 2nd in the final race of the season. But Scooby G, having stayed in 2nd for the majority of the race, spinning on the penultimate lap, will come across the line to take yet another podium position and 3rd place in this season's championship. Web user Johnny is very thankful for his 4th spot. Larnaca has got back ahead of ALTEL. It's there into the final section as well. Web user Johnny should be able to keep it on track. Knows he's got time in hand, locking up again into the hairpin, just showing there is no anti-brake system in effect here. Web user Johnny coming across the line to take a 4th position. This one, I'd imagine, should be kept. Excellent driving throughout the season, 4th in the championship as well. Larnaca 666 will take 5th, just ahead of ALTEL. Good driving from both of them, very entertaining. And Bob MK1 will take 7th across the line. Best of 6th place this season as he's heading into the mountain for the final time. Up the hill, getting a little bit of air. And it's been quite an honour to have commentated on all the races throughout the last 2 seasons. I did miss 2 admittedly, but still it's been great watching so many great battles and some great rivalries. Last season it was NGR Lee and Funzaxbury TV. This year it's Whitford 0 and NGR Lee. But across the line for the final time, Bob MK1 comes home in 7th. And here we go. This is our provisional results for the final time this season. Whitford 0 taking the victory ahead of NGR Lee. NGR Scary G in 3rd. Web user Johnny in a hardly fought 4th. ahead of Larnaca in 5th. AL Tell, really good showing on his first and only appearance in the Escorts in 6th. Bob MK1 coming home in 7th. So there we go, guys. That is it for the Ford Escort RS 1600 League from NXTGEN Racing. It's been very fun, and hopefully we'll see these guys throughout the NXTGEN Racing communities in other series. I know a few of them do commit quite a lot, so it's good to see. But thanks very much for watching everything, guys, and thanks for being a part of it. Hope to see you soon. Good night.